As far as getting a break from the heat and humidity, I can't offer that. We will, however, have an increase in that rain coverage as we move into this upcoming week because the ring of fire, what is that? I'll get into it in just a second. But first, let's talk about what's happening here locally. Notice we have a couple storms in our forecast, and I have the sensitivity turned up on reflectivity here so we can see those sea breezes as well as these little boundaries that's set up. I'm expecting this area to fill in right here in southern Polk County and Hardee County because we have those boundaries, basically those sea breezes getting that lift needed for those storms to bubble up. Right now, however, the southern end of Hillsborough County, that just sparked up, and we also have some stronger storms on the tip of Pinellas County. So the west southern end of Pinellas County, that is going to bring some heavier rain to portions of the Skyway right as you enter into Pinellas County. So just be aware of that. Also some lightning out there. If you know anybody that's boating, it's likely a good time to take it inside. Today wasn't the best boating day anyway because of that risk of storms. The storms aren't severe warned, but kind of just on the threshold, some of them producing that hail as well as gusty winds. So just be on the lookout. Next couple hours, we will remain warm and muggy. For the next hour, we will be in the low 90s, and then eventually by 9 o'clock tonight, after the sun goes down, we step down into the upper 80s. Lower 80s overnight, and then tomorrow morning we wake up to the upper 70s. Here we are by 8:30. By then, most of us will be winding down, but we still have just enough energy in our atmosphere where we could see an isolated storm. Citrus County, Pasco County, Hernando County, basically it's going to try drifting back toward the coast, which is great because we've been in this pattern the last 2.5 weeks where we've had this westerly wind, and that's been pushing most of the stormy weather out into the interior, which has been nice for them, kind of chipped away at those drought issues that we've been having. But the Gulf Coast areas, they've really been hurting for rain. So in this more normal pattern, we will start to see better rain coverage day by day for the Gulf Coast. As we look at tomorrow, starting off nice and dry, your Monday, here we go into lunchtime. There's those Gulf Coast storms I was telling you about. We had them today as well. Entering into the afternoon, some of that will start to drift off to the east. And then as we finish off the day, it actually drifts back to the west. So it starts at the west, moves into the interior, and then gets back to the Gulf Coast. Temperatures right now in the low 90s. We have some upper 80s and feeling much warmer than that thanks to humidity. 80 degrees for tonight, and then for tomorrow 94, but feeling closer to the low hundreds thanks to that extra humidity. All right, ring of fire. We have this heat dome that's setting up, going to bring above average temperatures to a large portion of the eastern U.S. But right around the perimeter of that sinking high pressure, that's where we get the best chance for those storms, and that's in our area. So we're really not going to have a change in temperatures, but we will start to see more storms in our forecast. Speaking of storms, tropics are relatively quiet. We have this one area we're watching, 20% chance of development. Not a big deal there. It's going to encounter some drier air. 7-day forecast here. Again, better rain coverage on Tuesday especially, and this trend continues throughout the week.